Hi, I'm Kalee Christian, and I'm standing at the front of Granberry Auditorium where the student body just experienced a passionate concert from Voices of LC. They performed a set of their most recent songs, some old and some new, and you could tell through every word that they sang that they were trying to portray the love of Jesus to these students. And even though it was for cultural credit, you could tell that lives were truly changed. Let's take a look at what happened this night.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. He's given me my shield and my sword. The champion within me shall conquer. Tell me who can overcome.
With Karemmy Blanco, and she's going to give us a little input about tonight. Tell us how you felt, like if you can describe it.
Oh my goodness, tonight it was such an amazing night. God's presence moved in this place, and like one of the pastors said, he said veils were removed, and God just touched people so much. I can't even describe how much he touched me, and I didn't even care what anyone thought. And I know so many people there, they were able to just let go and let God really truly feel his presence.
Jesus, to you and the top of my lungs I will sing hallelujah. You're the one who saved me, the one who gave me this life I live forevermore.
How do you think this is going to impact your friends and the faculty and LC as a whole? How do you think it's going to impact it?
I think that the small, I guess you could say, group that I hang out with most of the time, we all have similar beliefs, so we all felt the same way tonight. But the acquaintances that I have that I don't usually hang out with, like some of the soccer players and just some people that I know through the soccer players that I saw here tonight, I think that they will be affected by the way I was acting, raising my hands and just worshiping God. And I think that they may look at me differently because last year I wasn't the same person when I first knew them. So I think that both Voices of LC and Chorale, and then groups like Louisianians and just the BCM and all these groups that are just spirit-filled and led by God, they'll start a fire, and it'll start here on campus and it'll spread around Alexandria and Pineville, and that happens with us. That happens with the college students, and that's our job. And I think it's going to happen. I see it.
I know it's not just Levi and I that hope that this fire gets started, but I know it's everyone here, the faculty and staff, they're all going to get involved, and we want that fire to spread because LC, Pineville, Louisiana, we all need Jesus and we all need that fire. So we're looking forward to what God has in store for LC. What do you think a concert like this is going to have, like what kind of impact do you think it's going to have on the student body as a whole?
Well, I know as me, personally, this definitely it was kind of an eye-opener, because sometimes you get, like me for example, I get so caught up in school and in work and in people and friends and social life, I forget about God. And so many people here saw that. And the thing is, I'm on fire right now. I know so many of my friends are like that too, and we're going to be able to impact the people in our classes, our teachers, and show people, get on fire for God.
I was lost in darkness, found, ransom my heart, and I will see. Yeah.
I'm standing here with Camille Perkins, who is involved in LC Voices. Camille, how did this night make you feel? Like the response of the students, the songs, how well they went. Tell us a little bit about how you were feeling while you were on that stage.
It was really good. I felt I felt like there was just a good heart of repentance, which was encouraging because I wasn't ever sure. I'm never sure going into concerts like, Lord, what do you have for us? And I really am so thankful that He brought the fact that a repentant heart and just a blessing of His name in our hearts, and I'm thankful for that.
And I thank you.
Well, if you were just coming just for cultural credit, I would say, and I'm sure Camille would agree with me, that they were a little bit surprised tonight because of how strong the Lord was felt here, not just by the people on the stage, but by everybody in the audience.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Bless the Lord, oh my soul.
Are you expecting the LC Voices to give these kinds of concerts often, and do you think that each time it's going to be more impactful as we go through the year?
I pray so. I pray so. The state of Louisiana is really hurting to know God, to see God like they haven't seen Him in a long, long time. And this coming spring, the Voices of LC is going to travel all over the state, and we're going to sing about revival. We're going to call Louisiana back to revival, back to God. And I'm very excited about that.
And that's what it's all about. It's all about bringing our focus back to God as a student body and as a school and as a state. And we are so thankful that you have started this fire and this passion in the Voices of LC. And we're excited to see what God's going to do through Dr. Guilbert and through the Voices of LC.
Amen.
Oh, God is true. I call you home. God, God, I call you home. Oh, that's why we call Him our healer.
As you can see from the footage, this was an exciting night for the students that were in the audience. Not only did these songs sound good, but they impacted the lives of the students in a way that showed them Jesus and showed them what to expect from the Voices of LC from this point on. We're so excited to see the fires that have started in each of these students' lives and to see how they're going to impact not only LC, but Pineville and Louisiana as a whole. Again, I'm Kalee Christian with Wildcats Media.
I'm